Hi guys, and welcome back to Sydney's Labs. Today, I'm going to be talking about what nobody tells you about tirzepatide. These are things that I think everybody should know before they start. I see a lot of people online that kind of romanticize tirzepatide and Ozempic and these weight loss drugs, and they don't tell you the side effects or what a real life experience is like on these drugs. I think these are things that need to be talked about. A little dehydrated, had to get my drink. Quick disclaimer, I am not a dietitian, I am not a scientist or a doctor, so everything I say is just my personal experience with it. This is not medical advice. So let's start at the beginning. When I was growing up, my family would always tell me that I was so fat. They would say that I was fat all the time. I was not fat. I was a very normal looking little girl. If anything, I was thin. I weighed like 60 pounds in third grade. That's the last weight that I remember. But I was not a big kid. I was very small and very short, and that's how everybody in my family was. But my mom was really insecure about her weight, and she kind of pushed that off onto me. So if she was really fat, then she would call me fat all the time, even though I wasn't. My family was very abusive, and as I grew up, I developed so many body issues, so many self-esteem issues, and one of those was my eating habits. When I was around 13, I began eating a lot. I gained a lot of weight. This is how the cycle starts. And at this point, I was in residential because I had been taken from my family by DCFS, and there was nowhere for me to go. I had mental problems, so I was put in a residential, which is basically a group home for like behaviorally challenged foster kids. And in this residential, I was around a lot of girls who had bad habits like eating disorders, and that was where I learned that this was something I could do to control my situation. So I stopped overeating and started restricting my diet. I lost so much weight that the nurse that, stayed in the residential, she threatened to send me to a hospital and have them force feed me if I lost any more weight. I'm not sure how much I weighed at this point. I think it was 80 or 90 pounds. I was very small and sick, very sick. I grew hair all over my body because I was constantly cold. I had a roommate who was my Anna buddy. That's something that happens in anorexic culture, is you get these Anna buddies or these Mia buddies, and they will help you restrict your eating and lose weight. I went on to being bulimic because I did not want to go to a hospital and have them force feed me. I was so terrified of gaining weight. So I would eat and then throw up so that nobody knew that I wasn't eating. And this went back into binge eating. I would binge eat so much and just throw it all up. A lot of things happened at that residential, and I was placed elsewhere. A kid died there. There were some other things that were going on with the staff where they were sexually abusing kids or physically abusing them. And at the new residential, we were all on a very strict diet. Our meals were planned out. The amount of calories we had every day was planned out. Even if you were still hungry, you weren't allowed to have more food. And you were supervised everywhere you went. Like if you went to the bathroom, there would be a staff in there with you. So there was no way that I would be able to throw up my food. And at this point, I was becoming more addicted to food again because I was so used to like binge eating and then purging. And I went from like 90 pounds to like 120, something like that. And I was pretty much like the same height that I am now at this point. I was like 14 or 15, and my weight was fluctuating again. I think I should just skip this part. But long story short, that's when the eating problems developed. And I kind of carried that with me into adulthood. And then I got into a relationship with a man who was much older than me. And this man really put into my head that I was not good enough unless I was skinny. So we went to the gym every single day, and he made sure that I wasn't eating too much, and he would withhold compliments unless I was looking really good from going to the gym, and then he would give me a compliment. And it was this cycle where I wanted more of that, and I ended up losing a bunch of weight, and then we broke up. So at this point, I was like 128, 130 pounds, and a few months went by. I got into a different relationship and stopped working out every day, and I also stopped taking birth control. So this is kind of where the problem started to metastasize with my weight, because I had PCOS and I did not know at this time. PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, is basically where your hormones are totally out of control. So you feel more hungry all the time, you feel irritable, you get cysts in your ovaries, so sometimes you're in pain from that. Your periods are not regular, you have too much testosterone in you. So that's what was going on with me, and I didn't know it. I didn't know that the birth control was helping with that, because birth control has estrogen in it, and just enough to where it helps block the testosterone. So I did not know that going off of my birth control was going to affect me like this. I thought I was doing something good for myself, but no, I gained so much weight. I ended up being at my highest 190 pounds, and oh my gosh, I just felt so terrible every day. I missed going to the gym and working out. I missed skateboarding. I missed dancing. I was so big. Getting into bed, rolling over in bed, I would lose my breath. So no, I don't listen to the body positive people, because there's nothing positive about your body when you can't move it. I completely disagree with that entire mindset of, and really to me, it's not body positivity that is going on. I really disagree with it, because I know how it feels to be fully obese and fully out of control of your eating habits and your hunger, and just feeling hungry all the time. Like, when am I gonna eat next? What am I gonna eat next? Is there any food in the house? Like, you are obsessed with food. It is an addiction. And the PCOS is not an excuse for me gaining weight, but it does make a lot of sense when you look at the pattern. It makes it a lot harder to have that discipline when you'll eat a full meal and you'll still feel hungry. And there's no reason for it. Your stomach hurts, you're distended, but you cannot get full no matter what you do. So 5-6 months ago, I decided that my weight was so out of control. I was so fucking miserable. I was gonna get on Ozempic. I ended up getting on tirzepatide, and this was all like online. I did not talk to a doctor about getting on this stuff. It was all through a website online. Sketchy, I know, but I was desperate. The way that you feel when you're overweight is not something I would wish on my worst enemy. I think that it's really unfortunate and it's really sad that people get bullied and treated differently because of their weight, but it is a reality that we have to deal with, and that was something that I was dealing with. And I was dealing with feeling like shit every day, feeling like I couldn't get out of bed, I couldn't move, my hands and feet were tingly all the time. Pre-diabetes, anybody? I did not want that. I was terrified. So I go online, I get the injection. So that is back to the topic of the video, which is the things that nobody tells you about tirzepatide. So first things first, I take my first shot and I feel on top of the world. I'm not eating anymore, so I have so much energy because my body is now metabolizing the fat that I've put on, and I'm able to do things around the house. I'm able to focus again. I can concentrate. My mind is not clouded by constant thoughts of food, and that's really what tirzepatide does. Tirzepatide changes your brain. It turns off that part of your brain that is obsessed with food, the addictive part of your brain. And I noticed that I actually stopped drinking around this time too, because I wasn't having cravings. I wasn't craving alcohol. I wasn't craving food. I was so happy and the scale was going down. And so I was like, hey, this stuff is working. I'm going to up the dose. So I, for the past 6 months, would up the dose almost every time. And this is where things started to go wrong. Nobody talks about how fatigued you start feeling. So a couple months go by, I'm still on top of the world. I'm still like, oh my gosh, like I'm losing weight. I look so good. I feel so good. And then everything changed. Every time I would take the shot, I would feel completely drained of energy. I would feel shaky and weak and irritable. And this was because my body had stopped burning the fat and was starting to eat at my muscle tissue. So I've said before, I used to work out every single day, and I stopped doing that for a while, and I recently started up again. But if you don't work out multiple times a week, at least, you're going to lose muscle mass. If you're on any kind of weight loss drug, you're going to lose muscle mass and you're going to end up feeling so weak. I would go to the gym sporadically, and every time I went, I was able to lift less, which is not good. It's not something that you want to see. I had no fat left to keep up my energy. Sorry, if you guys hear any banging, it's my neighbors. They're insane. So I'm starting to get weak. I'm starting to realize this is not a miracle drug. I cannot eat. Every time I eat, I feel like throwing up. I have so much acid reflux, I can't hold food in. So I will literally throw up in my mouth, just like out in public if I'm moving around. The acid reflux is so bad, I just throw up. So at this point, I'm eating like a cucumber and a handful of tomatoes a day because I cannot keep anything down. I can't eat meat, I can't eat dairy, I can't eat protein. The weight loss was uncontrollable at this point, but I kept going because I have this thing in my head that's like, if the scale's going down, you're doing something right. And that's not a good way to think, but that's just the way that I think. And I know that's something that I need to work on. So I'm currently trying. I don't weigh myself as much because that's really what pushes me into a spiral of I need to stop eating, don't eat, because the scale isn't going down anymore. So I'll weigh myself once every 3 days. And I start to do more research about tirzepatide. I find out that people who get on it need to be on it their entire life. So I'm wondering, why is that? Why is it that once you get off of it, you start uncontrollably eating again? And it's because binge eating is an addiction, just like anorexia is an addiction. And I know this because I'm an alcoholic. I have been addicted, and eating disorders feel the exact same way. If you don't have it, you spiral. You feel out of control of everything. You need it. You need to starve yourself, or you need to overeat. You can't help it. You can't control it. You feel like you have no control. You have no choice, and you think it's helping you, but it isn't. It's a delusion. It's an addiction. So I'm doing all this research, and I'm feeling pretty helpless and pretty discouraged because I don't want to be on tirzepatide my whole life. I don't want to pay $400 a month or more to be on this drug. And I'm like, I'm going to prove that with diet and exercise, you can get a hold of your mind again, and you can have discipline, and you can be happy, and you can stay at a steady weight, and everything's going to be fine. So I start going to the gym again. I start going to the gym every day. And now I'm realizing I've lost so much muscle mass that I'm so weak. When I go to the gym, I feel like I'm going to pass out. I'll do the regular reps that I used to do, and I stand up and I'm just like ready to pass out. I'm so nauseous. I'm gonna throw up. I can't do this, but you have to push through. Nobody tells you that this miracle weight loss drug is also going to eat your muscles away, that this thing can also kill you, just like an eating disorder. Because if you're not eating, you're anorexic. And if you're anorexic, what does your body start eating when there's no fat left? Your muscles, and eventually your organs. Your brain is an organ. And I'm having mental fog. I can't think straight. It's like I'm right back to where I was before I started. I can't get out of bed. I'm too weak. I can't concentrate. I'm always thinking about food, not because I want to eat it, but because I'm like terrified. I need to eat to live. If I can't find something that I can hold down, I'm so screwed. I'm gonna feel like shit. So I'm feeling like shit again. I would say to anybody who wants to start taking it to be very careful. Don't go overboard. People need to have a psychological evaluation before they get on these drugs. Because no, when you're binge eating, you don't have anorexia, but you have the same mindset. You have an obsession with food. And when you get on a drug like this and you start losing weight, you're pushed even deeper into that mindset where you're like, I have control over food now. People need a psychological evaluation because this can really hurt people. And I have no right to say that because did it help me lose weight? Yes, it helped me lose weight. But I also lost a lot of muscle mass. That is going to take a lot more work to get back. And people also don't talk about how much loose skin you get because you're losing weight so fast. You're losing like 10 pounds a month. You are going to have a lot of loose skin. When you lose weight slow, your skin has time to heal. There's going to be some no matter what, but it's not as much. People just want to talk about how good this is. And the truth is, it's all a marketing tactic. It's all for money. The people that are behind these weight loss drugs don't care about you. That's why it started with Ozempic, and now there's like 15 different kinds of weight loss injections that you can get. There's so many new companies popping up that are selling weight loss injections. It's all for money. They don't care about us. Before, they were making money off of diet culture, diet pills, diet whatever you want to call it, zero sugar items, low calorie items. People wanted to look skinny. And then they realized that they could make more money if they made people fat and addicted to sugar, addicted to food, addicted to carbs, addicted to GMOs and MSG and all these different things. And then Ozempic came out and they realized, oh, we can make a lot of money off getting people addicted to this drug. So they're pushing it and they're pushing it and they're pushing it. I mean, how many times have you seen a commercial for Ozempic or weight loss injections pop up on your feed? The key things that I want you to take away from this video is be careful what you put into your body, because we don't know the long-term consequences. Love yourself enough to be a healthier version of yourself, to be the best version of yourself. If I could go back and do it all over again, would I take the injections? I think yes, because I wanted the easy way out. We like the easy way. And it was a lot easier than going to the gym and feeling humiliated just because of my own thoughts of how people were looking at me and not having to put in that work and that effort to lose the weight and not having to think about food every day and miss the food that I couldn't have and restricting myself. I was able to do it all a lot easier on the injection, but I would be more careful. I would not up my dose every month. I would stay on a low dose and I would go slow because this is something that, just like any other drug, you can get addicted to. They say things aren't addictive, but the human mind can be addicted to anything. There's people that are addicted to eating couch cushions. There's people that are addicted to inhaling exhaust. Don't let them tell you what you can and can't be addicted to. Be addicted to everything. No, I'm just kidding. But all this is to say, I'm going to start a journey of getting in shape, not weight loss, but getting in shape without tirzepatide. And I want to try some different things because apparently most of the people who are on these weight loss injections gain the weight back or gain more weight afterwards, and I don't want to be one of them. And I want to show you guys that it's possible, and that's what I'm gonna do. So if you come with me on this journey, you won't regret it. And I just want you to know Jesus loves you. I hope you come back for the next video. Bye guys.